weekend, from this weekend. To give us a sense of this big event that is happening after 2 years, actually after 4 years in a physical format, we have with us Secretary Sir, Secretary CPV and OIE, Dr. Asif Saeed. Also joining us here, Additional Secretary LAC, Shri G.V. Srinivas. We have some senior delegations coming from the Latin American region, and we'll get a sense from that. I would now hand over the floor to Sir for some opening remarks, and then we'll take a few questions depending on your interest. Sir.
Good afternoon, and thank you very much for coming for this briefing, which I'll focus on the forthcoming Pravasi Bharatiya Divas, 17th Pravasi Bharatiya Divas, as my colleague Arindam Bagchi said, is going to be held from 8 to 10 January in Indore, Madhya Pradesh, and Madhya Pradesh is the partner state for this year's PBD. As you know that since 2017, the PBD conventions are being held, once in 2 years, and last PBD was actually, owing to COVID, was in a virtual format. But this year, after 4 years gap, we are having a physical format there. PBD 2023 is also very special significance, as 2023, as you know, marks the 75 years of India's independence, and we have been celebrating this as Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, very enthusiastically, and this will also be the first convention, PBD convention, in the Amrit Kal, as we entered the Amrit Kal. So in keeping with Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi's vision of building an Atmanirbhar Bharat over the next 25 years, as we look up to India at 2047, we feel that the diaspora will play a very important role in the developmental trajectory of India. And thus the PBD theme this year has been the diaspora, reliable partners for India's progress in Amrit Kal. Pravasi Amrit Kal mein Bharat ki pragati ke vishwasniy bhagidar. So we have received enthusiastic response from diaspora for this convention, with more than 3,500 registrations from nearly 70 different countries. The formal inauguration of the PBD convention will be done by Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji on January. The formal inauguration of the PBD convention will be done by Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji on January 9th. We have Dr. Muhammad Irfan Ali, President of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana, who will be the chief guest, and Mr. Chandrika Prasad Santoki, President of the Republic of Suriname, will be the special guest of honor. We have ministerial level delegations from Mauritius, Malaysia, Panama, and big delegations of diaspora from several countries, including again Mauritius, UAE, USA, Qatar and Oman, besides of course other countries. We have 5 plenary sessions planned in the PBD on the themes of youth, healthcare, soft power, Indian workforce and women. 4 of these sessions would be headed by cabinet ministers, and again this is the very first time that we have cabinet ministers for various sessions, and the panelists are drawn from different walks of life. Additionally, we have a town hall plan on the G20, where the G20 Sherpa Shri Amitabh Kant, as well as G20 coordinator Shri Harshvardhan Shringla, will give a presentation on the India's G20 presidency. Just to give you a sense of what the programs are for the 3 days. The first day will be the Youth Pravasi Bharatiya Divas. As is customary, we begin with that, which is being organized by the Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports in partnership with MEA. Shri Anurag Sharma, Honorable Minister of Youth Affairs and Sports, will deliver the opening remarks, and Honorable EM Dr. S. Jaishankar will deliver the inaugural address. We have Ms. Zenita Mascarenhas, Member of Parliament of Australia, as the guest of honor, and then she will deliver a special address. We will also have the participation of Honorable CM of Madhya Pradesh, Shri Shivraj Singh Chauhan. A special plenary on this day is also being held on the role of diaspora youth in innovations and new technologies. In the same afternoon, there will be a showcasing of the government of Madhya Pradesh in the form of the potential in tourism, trade, investments in different sectors such as textiles and garments, IT and IT-enabled services, healthcare, pharma, food processing and startups. The government of Madhya Pradesh is also actually doing the Global Investors Summit immediately after the PBD. There will be also an opportunity provided to the participants to get a feel of the cultural heritage of Madhya Pradesh. There will be visits to Mahakal Lokastam in Amritkal. This would be chaired by Dr. Mansukh Mandavia, Honorable Minister for Health and Family Welfare. In this session, we will have the Foreign Minister of Panama, Ms. Janina Tivani Menkomo, who will be one of the panelists. This will be followed by a plenary session on leveraging the soft power of India, goodwill through craft, cuisine and creativity. This will be chaired by Ms. Meenakshi Lekhi, Honorable Minister of State for External Affairs and Culture. And in this session, we expect the participation of Honorable Minister of Arts and Culture from Mauritius, Mr. Avinash Tilok. Then there will be on that day bilateral meetings between our Prime Minister and the visiting presidents of Guyana and Suriname. A cultural program will also be organized by ICCR. On the last day, which is the validatory section day, we begin the day again with two plenary sessions. So one session will be on the enabling global mobility of Indian workforce, role of Indian diaspora. This will be chaired by Shri Dharmendra Pradhan, Honorable Minister of Education, Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. In this session also, we have Ms. Fazila Jiva Dorivayu, Minister of Social Integration, Social Security and National Solidarity of Mauritius, as one of the panelists. We also will have another panel discussion on harnessing the potential of women diaspora entrepreneurs towards an inclusive approach to nation building, which will be chaired by Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman, Honorable Minister of Finance. This will be, of course, followed by the validatory session, during which our Honorable Rashtrapati Ji would confer the Pravasi Bharatiya Saman Awards on 27 awardees and would also deliver the valedictory address. We expect the participation of Honorable External Affairs Minister, the Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh, as well as Honorable Minister of Civil Aviation, Shri Jyotiradiya Scindia, in the valedictory session on this. So this would be it, and we have, of course, as I said, there will be 27 Pravasi Bharatiya Samman Awards, which will be conferred. For the first time, we are also having the awardees from countries which have so far not received the awards, such as countries Brazil, Croatia, Denmark, Uzbekistan, Republic of Congo, and South Sudan. The awards reflect wider geographic representation. Generally, we have stuck on to the principle of one award per country, so that's why you see many countries. There are 24 male recipients and 3 female recipients. In terms of regions, we have 4 from Africa, 8 from Americas, and 8 from Asia and Oceania, 6 from Europe, and 1 from Gulf. And various states are represented: AP 1, Bihar 2, Chhattisgarh 1, Delhi 2, Gujarat 3, JNK 1, Kerala 3, Maharashtra 2, Punjab 2, Rajasthan 2, Tamil Nadu 3, and UP 5. So basically, this is the, in a sense, the essence of PBD, 17 PBD. I'll be very happy if you have any particular, questions to ask or anything which you would like me to highlight on. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Would you like to add anything? Okay. Before I open it for questions, just wanted to mention, please follow our website for this. We'll try to bring you updates. The MEA social media handles also, as well as the YouTube, which we'll try to bring you some sessions which can be put on live, perhaps, as much as possible. Accreditation has already happened for the event, and I know some of you would be going to Indore. We also have a lot of people from abroad who are joining media who are already there. So we look forward to following up on this. For the moment, if there are some questions, then I'll take that. I saw your hand first. We'll start with that. And yeah. Please introduce yourself.
Saman from Sansar TV. Actually, can we know that what is the basis on which this Pravasi Bharatiya Saman is being given to different persons from different countries?
So you want to take the questions together? Or?
Yeah, okay.
Maybe we'll take just a couple of more questions before I know. Yes, go ahead.
So Ayushi from ANI. So you mentioned about the plenary session on mobility. Will there be discussion on the issue of simplifying immigration rules as well?
Sorry, whose immigration rules?
On the immigration rules.
Who's Indian or foreign?
Yeah, Indians and foreigners both.
let's be clear. Indian immigration rules. What's the
Indian
problem?
immigration in
What is
particular,
the problem that you have with the Indian immigration
So
rules?
there are a lot of problems that people face while immigrating. So anything that yesterday also in the curtain raiser so said that we are government is trying to simplifying the immigration
Emigrating.
rules. Yes, emigrate. Yeah.
Emigrate. It's okay. Sorry, I heard immigration. Okay. And there was one more question. Oh, Siddhant, I'll come. Yes, Siddhant, go ahead.
Sir Siddhant from Beyond. Focus on Caribbeans, two leaders, presidents from Suriname and Guyana. Any key thought process behind inviting leaders from Caribbean? And also, Europe has 3 Indian origin leaders now. Any virtual addresses by them now? I mean, we have Rishi Sunak, Irish leadership, and of course, Portuguese as well.
So maybe we'll take this round, and if there are some more questions, we'll take that. So to you.
Akhilesh, your question. You see, the criteria for Pravasi Saman Award is very, clear and laid out. And since the inception of the awards, this is basically, one for the individuals who have done, Pravasi individuals who have done very well, first of all, in their own fields, respective fields, whatever the fields may be. It could be education, it could be art and culture, it could be business, science and technology. Also for contribution in India and contribution in their country, and also their services to the communities where they are residing. So this is the broad principle which has been followed since the inception of the awards in 2003, and the same principle has been followed in these awards also. You have asked for questions on migration and mobility. Of course, this is an important subject. I do not know whether this will be specifically addressed during the PBD, but this is more of the initiative of the Government of India. As I said in yesterday's curtain raiser, that the Government of India is very keen to streamline the immigration processes and also to create new mobility pathways for our individuals, so that we could get newer opportunities, we could provide newer opportunities for them, to look for jobs, and also to redefine the role of immigration officers from regulators to more as facilitators now. So that is what will be the essence when we come up with the new immigration bill. As this is also the thought process when we are signing the migration and mobility partnership agreements with various countries. So this is it. On the Caribbean, maybe you would like to add something. I'll pass it on to G.V. Srinivas.
No, as the Additional Secretary of Latin America and the Caribbean, I can only be happy that 2 of the leaders from the Guyanese side and the Suriname side will be coming and participating in the Pravasi Bharatiya Divas. And the reasons behind inviting these 2 leaders is pretty obvious. Guyana has 40% of the Indian origin people in the country, and they have elected an Indian origin man as the president. Similarly, in Suriname, 27%, but it is the majority Indian origin population that Suriname has. As we celebrate India's Diaspora Connect as a part of the Pravasi Bharatiya Divas, it was befitting that we invited these 2 leaders. President of Guyana is coming as the chief guest at the invitation of Prime Minister. President of Suriname is coming as the special guest of honor. Just one point which I will elaborate on what Secretary just mentioned is that the last session was virtual one, in which the chief guest was then Suriname's president, who obviously could not come here in person, and we invited, and fortunately he is able to come as part of the session. And to take the story beyond that, we also have a Panamanian foreign minister also participating at the invitation of External Affairs Minister. So I think this is underlining the connect which we have with Latin America, with the diaspora being our main conduit of relationship in this part of the world.
I just want to add here that you see yesterday in one of the sessions, one of the speakers was saying that you see when we have Indian diaspora, 32 million in all, with 18.68 million as the persons of Indian origin, we don't make a distinction between diaspora and diaspora. So one of the panelists was saying, okay, do we really connect with diaspora which is spread far off, and especially in Caribbean? So this itself is a reflection that we do connect and connect very deeply. The fact that we have so many people, from that region in this particular PBD is a reflection and answers to that. Okay.
Thank you, sir. You have, microphone.
Sir, I'm Huma Siddiqui from the Financial Express. Just wanted to know how many diaspora are coming from the Latin American region, and what would be the agenda of talks when Prime Minister meets with the President of Guyana?
Guyana is specifically, no?
Yeah.
Okay, where's that? I saw one more hand somewhere. Color, you got to take seat somewhere, no? Why don't you come and sit instead of standing? Why don't you sit?
My question is regarding one of the awardees, Darshan Singh Dhaliwal.
Who's asking?
That's why, very difficult. He's determined to stand at the back. But anyway,
Oh,
go
yeah,
ahead.
okay.
So, one of the awardees is Darshan Singh Dhaliwal, who is a billionaire, and I understand that he was the person who was actually sent back from the airport in 2021 October for his support to the farmers' protest.
And your question is?
So the question is, what really happened in the last 1 year that today he's being honored? He was actually sent back from the immigration counter.
Okay.
So what has he done in the last 1.5 years that you are deciding to honor him?
Okay. And there was another question? Okay, here.
So on the first day, I'm Meghna from Reading News. On the first day, Pravasi youth are coming. Any special sector or any special youngsters being focused on who are coming and attending the session? If anything specific you can elaborate on.
Sure. Okay. If there are no further questions, we'll close with that. So, hand over the floor.
Yeah, okay. On the question of the topics for the bilateral, I think the focus would be on energy. One is that our own energy demands are expected to go up from 4.8 million barrels per day in 2021 to almost 11.1 million barrels per day as we look decades later. So Indian companies are already importing crude worth about $1.5 million from Guyana. So energy is definitely one subject which we'd like to build upon. Agriculture, ICT, and migration and mobility is again one of the things, as these are the important subjects. Food processing, infrastructure, these are some of the topics. Generally I'm saying not very, very specific going into depth, but broadly these are the topics which I think we will be focusing, which they are, leadership will be focusing on this. Coming to how many from Guyana, we have not compiled exactly from Caribbean. We do have individual country wise, but maybe we will provide you, the exact number, how many which are coming. You see, as I said in the beginning, the awards are given on a particular criteria, which my friend here asked from Sunset TV. And the same criteria was also, adopted, when selecting Shri Darshan Singh Dhaliwal for his own contribution and in the criteria which has been mentioned. So nothing more should be, attributed to it than this, Then the third question was on
Pravasi Bharatiya, anything special in that regard?
Yes, you see, there are the whole idea is that since our youth has been, when we are saying that the diaspora would play a very important role as India is looking ahead, at 2047. So the whole policy is to mainstream the diaspora for our national growth and development. So engaging the youth is an important component, because you know that India has the biggest youthful population, and the youth has been contributing meaningfully through technological innovations in various fields, and particularly in IT, startups, and many other things. They have very innovatively made a name for themselves, not only in India, but also in their countries of origin. So what is the thought process is that today's youth, in the next 25 years, they would be reaching their peak of their careers, and they would be in a very important positions, either in their own careers or in the decision making. So it is important that we engage with them. So there are no particular sectors defined, but definitely our idea is to engage with them across the board in various things, and explore ways and means how we can engage the diaspora youth in national building, and how we can assist them, in this further process, which we are very keen that India focuses on the diaspora youth. The special invitee, we said no. There's
So for the youth.
yes, I did mention to you that the guest of honor is Ms. Zeneta Mascarenas. She is a member of Parliament from Australia. So she is a special invitee, and she will do the special address. We also have we do conduct the No India program. Ministry of External Affairs conducts this No India program. This is a very dedicated, specific program directed at the diaspora youth. So this time we have two programs which are running parallelly. One program, one group has gone to, 40 people have gone to Karnataka. 40 youth will be doing this program, currently doing the program in Madhya Pradesh. So these 80 diaspora youth would also be the special invitees for the youth PBD.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for your briefing. May I also thank Shri G.V. Srinivas, Additional Secretary LAC, for being present. Thank you all for joining us and look forward to engaging with you as the PBD unfolds over the next few days. Good afternoon. Please stay tuned. We'll just continue.